On a day when autumn was deepening, Eden, who ran a used bookstore in a small alley, hadn't seen a single customer all day. The sunset light filtering through the bookshelves made dust dance in the air, but his heart was heavy. His rent was overdue, and the electricity bill bore a final warning in red letters.
This can't go on.
Eden sighed as he tidied up the cash register, when suddenly he noticed a small cloth pouch in an old drawer. He couldn't remember if it had been left by the previous owner or how long it had been there. When he opened the pouch, there was a single black seed inside. Along with the seed was a yellowed piece of paper.
Plant this seed and a money tree will grow, but remember that everything comes with a price.
Eden burst out laughing.
A money tree? What is this? Some old fairy tale?
But in his desperate situation, he was ready to grasp at any straw. That night, Eden planted the seed in a small pot behind the used bookstore. Half believing, he watered it and went to bed. The next morning, something incredible happened. A small sprout had emerged, and at the tip of the sprout hung a few coins. Eden rubbed his eyes and looked again, but it wasn't an illusion.
This can't be.
He picked the coins and counted them exactly 5. Just the amount he needed to buy milk that morning. Day by day, the tree grew little by little, and every morning small coins bloomed. First 5, then 10, and gradually larger amounts appeared. After a month, Eden's life had completely changed. He paid his overdue rent and settled the electricity bill. He ordered new books and decorated the used bookstore beautifully. Customers began to visit one by one.
This is enough,
Eden thought with satisfaction. But the money tree kept growing. Now it produced 50 a day. One day, a regular customer, an elderly woman, confided her worries about her sick grandson's medical expenses.
The hospital bills are so expensive. I don't know what to do.
Eden handed the money to the grandmother without hesitation.
Please use this to help.
Receiving the grandmother's tearful thanks, Eden thought that this tree might not be just for himself. If he could help people in need. From that day on, Eden wanted more money. To help more people, he needed more money. As the money tree grew, changes began to occur in Eden's body. It started with very small things. He needed less sleep. He wasn't tired even sleeping only 3 or 4 hours a day. He felt less hungry too.
I can spend more time helping people.
Eden was actually happy about it. When the tree was producing 500 a day, Eden had become an indispensable person in the neighborhood. Grandmothers who needed urgent surgery fees, college students worried about tuition, families struggling to make ends meet. Everyone came to Eden, and he willingly extended a helping hand. But strange things continued to happen. When he looked in the mirror, his face seemed increasingly blurry. He found it difficult to remember people's names, and his past memories disappeared one by one. The fairy tale books he read with his mother in childhood, the sweet memories with his first love, everything became dim.
These things aren't important if more people can be happy by sacrificing myself.
Eden steadied his wavering heart. When the money tree became enormous and produced 5,000 a day, Eden had lost almost all his senses. He couldn't feel taste, smell, colors, or emotions. He could see people's faces but couldn't distinguish who was who. Still, people came to find Eden.
Sir, please help with my daughter's wedding expenses.
Business is difficult. I need help.
I want to buy a house.
The endless requests continued. One day, a small child entered the used bookstore.
Mister, why do you look so sad?
The child's innocent question made Eden realize that he had lost his emotions. And what a great loss that was. That night, Eden stood in front of the money tree. The tree was now tall enough to reach the ceiling, and countless bills hung like leaves. But all of it felt meaningless.
I have to stop now.
Eden picked up scissors with trembling hands. He began carefully cutting the roots of the money tree. When the first root was cut, he faintly smelled a fragrance. When the second root was cut, he tasted sweetness in his mouth. When the third root was cut, the world began to be colored again. When all the roots were finally cut, warm emotions flooded through Eden's entire body. Joy, sadness, and longing that had been forgotten for so long all came back at once. Tears flowed down his cheeks, but even those tears were precious. A few days later, neighbors came to visit.
Eden, you look very different these days. Can't you help us like before?
Eden smiled warmly and said,
I can't help with money, but I can always share my heart and time. Sometimes just being there for someone is a great comfort.
In the place where the money tree was cut down, only an ordinary flower pot remained. But Eden's used bookstore became more vibrant than before. People didn't come to receive money, but to find warm conversations and good books. The grandmother still came to tell stories about her grandson. And students consulted about their career concerns. Though Eden had little, he regained the joy of true communication shared with people. One evening, Eden read the old note again.
Remember that everything comes with a price.
Now he fully understood its meaning. True wealth wasn't money, but all the senses and relationships that enrich life, and meaning itself. The sun was setting outside the window. Eden brewed a cup of warm tea and thought. Being poor but able to feel everything was much richer than being wealthy but unable to feel anything. Even after that, neighbors in difficulty occasionally visited. Eden could no longer give magical money. But he helped find solutions together and sometimes extended small helping hands, and above all, he didn't spare sincere empathy and encouragement. People realized that the greatest gift Eden had given wasn't money, but his warm heart that listened to their stories and worried together with them. In one corner of the used bookstore sat a new flower pot. Inside it bloomed an ordinary flower. It didn't grow money. But the faces of people who smiled looking at that flower were more valuable than any money.